Welcome to kidsacademy.mobi.
Hello boys and girls, it's Teacher Mike here, and today we're going to be looking at a worksheet that asks us to compare objects by length. We're not going to be using a ruler today. We're going to be comparing objects with a third object. It sounds tricky, but if we get started right away, I think you'll know what I mean. Let's read the directions. Comparing with a third object. Check the longer object in each pair. Answer the questions and check the correct answers. First, we're just going to look at two different sets of objects. We're going to see which one's longer. After that, we're going to have to answer some questions based on the pictures we saw. So let's look at our first objects. We have a pen and a pencil. Which one's longer? Well, it's pretty easy to tell the pencil is longer. So let's go ahead and check the pencil. Let's look at our next two objects. We have that same pencil and a paintbrush. Again, it's pretty easy to tell the paintbrush is longer. So let's check the paintbrush. Now it's time for the tricky word problem. Which is longer, the pen or the brush? Well, let's think about this carefully. What do we know already? We know the pen is shorter than the pencil. We also know that the paintbrush is longer than the pencil. So what do you think is bigger, the paintbrush or the pen? You could picture them lined up on top of each other, but that might be a little bit tricky. But if you think about this pencil and imaginary line them all up, knowing that the pen was shorter than the pencil, and the paintbrush was longer than the pen, and the paintbrush was longer than the pencil, you would know that the paintbrush was longer than everything in the picture. It's bigger than the pencil, so therefore it must also be bigger than the pen. So we know the brush is longer than the pen. Let's try this again in another example. We have an eraser and a piece of chalk. Which is longer? It's pretty easy to tell. The chalk is longer. Let's go ahead and check the chalk. We also have a paperclip and that same eraser. Which is bigger, the eraser or the paperclip? Again, it's pretty easy to tell. The paperclip is shorter than the eraser. The eraser is bigger, so let's go ahead and check the eraser. Now the tricky question. Which is shorter, the paperclip or the chalk? Well, again, let's use what we know about the pictures. We know the chalk is longer than the eraser, but we also know the paperclip is shorter than the eraser. So we know that the chalk is the biggest thing because it's bigger than the eraser, and we know the paperclip is the shortest thing because it's smaller than the eraser. Therefore, the chalk must be bigger than the paperclip. Let's go ahead and check the chalk. Let's look at our final examples. In this picture, we have a key and scissors. These are a little bit closer, so let's look carefully. Well, if you look carefully, you can see the scissors are bigger than the key. In the other picture, we have a spoon and that same pair of scissors. Which is bigger, the spoon or the scissors? Well, the spoon is bigger. So let's go ahead and check the spoon. Now time for that tricky question. Which is longer, the key or the spoon? Well, we know the key is shorter than the scissors. We also know the spoon is bigger than the scissors. Therefore, the spoon is the biggest object we have because it's bigger than the scissors, and we know the key is smaller than the scissors, and the key is the smallest object we have. So we know the spoon is bigger than the key. You can pretend and line all these up in your head or try to draw it, but that's tricky and it won't often get you the correct solution. Or you can ask yourselves these questions based on a common or third object to compare length. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. I'll see you next time.